This is video number 3 so far of the soil sampling that we're doing, and this is where we tie it into the biological products that we use. And as you can see, this is the biofertility. So we are taking the soil particle by particle and identifying the microbes in our soil. And there's different categories of them that we all have here. And I'm just going to go over them as kind of quickly, and because it's going to take too much time to do this if I went through every little thing. So soybean nitrogen fixation. So that's like your rhizobias in your soil that help the plants fixate nitrogen in soybeans. Now these are all, doesn't matter what crop, these are all going to be the same across the board for each crop. So if you want more details about each one, you just click on details again as a recommendation. But if you want the actual analytic details, it gives you a description of what they are that we are testing for in that category. So you can just go back in there and look every time. So N fixing potential too, that's another type of biologicals that fix N. Again, if you go through the descriptions, it just explains the difference in them. Denitrification, P solubilization, these are your microbes that make phosphorus soluble in your soil and available for plant uptake. Mycorrhizal fungi, this one right here I believe is one of the biggest reasons we see a lot of challenges that we see in our fields. If you just Google mycorrhizal fungi, they do so many things for your soil. And the two main ones is they help suppress weeds. So we're having a lot of weed issues. Well, mycorrhizal fungi are the good fungi in your soil. We keep adding fungicides and all these harmful chemicals that makes it hard for those fungi to survive. Now, another thing I want to point out too is I hear a lot of agronomists say, oh, you got to get those fungi and microbes to wake up. That's why you put these whatever nectars and stuff like that. There's products, enzymes and things to help feed the microbes. Well, that's good and all for the ones that are there, but a lot of us are actually missing them. So that's why I like this test. It's not a soil respiration test that there's an overall saying, yeah, there is biology. We actually identify them individually and put them into categories and tell you if they're there or not. And I have been adding mycorrhizal fungi to my soil, and I don't know what these numbers would have been like before I started because this wasn't available to me, but I do know I am increasing them. The problem is I still had to use fungicide last year because of southern rust, and still did tillage for residue management. Now, I've said in other videos I'm hoping to change that, so I'm using these tools all together to help me do that. Plant growth promoters, those are like your trichodermas. Those are the protected microbes that help protect your plant from certain diseases and things like that. Diversity just kind of shows, how many different species you're getting out there. Anaerobic activity, so that's letting you know that you're getting oxygen into your soil. Oxygen is very important to have in your soil for your microbes to work. So like I said, I'm just going over these quick. If you ever want to look at it, you can, get it and then look at it, and then it'll tell you all the little details you need to know about it. And then you can kind of help decide where you want to start for what kind of biological products you need. Now, not everybody's going to have low microbial activity in their soil, but at least with this program, we can go in there and say, hey, well, we can add this type of biological, and we can say, this is what you're short of, and we'll see if we can see a yield increase from it. Or if you do routine testing, you can watch your numbers go up if it does, as long as you don't do something that takes that species back out right away, because it takes a lot longer to rebuild them than it does to destroy them. So this is just pretty much a good overview of what we have going on out there, and this is kind of what I'm using, and it's been very eye-opening to us. Back to the mycorrhizal. So a lot of the, well, I shouldn't just say mycorrhizal, but a lot of these, the protectant ones, there's low spots. That's why we're seeing tar spot and all these other plant issues come in, is because we have farmed out our biology in our soil. So my goal and our company's goal is to help guys restore that, and gals, I guess. Sorry, don't want to leave out the ladies. There's quite a few lady farmers out there too. So, but yeah, any questions, feel free to ask.